Dear friends, I am happy to welcome you to the second day of our workshop, Financial Success, from Theory to Practice. Let's go. Let's check the connection, it's important. Put 1 in the chat room if you have video, put 2 if you have sound, and 3 if you have both video and sound. Let's check it out. Perfect. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Alexis Sukodoev. I will briefly tell you about my education and work experience. I am the co-founder and director for business development at Sky World Community. I am the head of several departments within the company that are responsible for creating and packaging the product, creating understanding materials, promoting and selling the product worldwide. Sky expert of SWC. I am working in the company since 2016, in the project since 2014, among the first 50 investors. The development of Unitsky string technology is a huge part of my life and has serious meaning for me. Education, mechanical engineer with advanced knowledge of French, internships in the UK and France. Investor, entrepreneur, crypto enthusiast, professional international speaker, strategist for business development and formation, expert in international business promotion through funding big ideas based on the community model. In order to get the most out of our workshop, you should have nothing to distract you. So friends, please, get on the computer, close all distracting tabs, mute your phone to avoid distractions, free up time for yourself and your development, send the kids and cats out for a walk. Get your notebook and pen ready. Write down new thoughts, insights, ideas. Actively participate in the workshop and answer all questions in the chat room. Pay attention to important organizational points. There will be a 30 seconds delay in the broadcast. The duration of the meeting will be 1.5 to 2 hours. The meeting will be live. It cannot be rewound or paused. Show respect for each other. Your questions will be answered at the end of the meeting. Share your impressions and insights in the chat room and tag in stories in Instagram accounts alecvert.official and Sky World Community are us, and we will repost all your tags. Right now you can see 2 QA codes on your screen to subscribe to these Instagram accounts. Today we're going to tell you about 1. Personal financial plan, which includes analyzing personal finances. Financial goals. 2. Competent setting of financial goals. 3. Strategy for achieving financial goals. 4. The new Sky World Community Workshop course. 5. The profession of Professional SWC Agent, namely, who is a professional SWC agent, consultant, counselor, what a professional SWC agent will do, motivation of professional SWC agent. By applying our recommendations, you will get the following results. You will sort out your personal finances and set financial goals. You will find a strategy to achieve your financial goals. You will learn the algorithm of negotiation. You will get an outline of a productive offer. You will find out what type of professional agent you are. You will get a ready-made tool for financial growth. Let's get down to the content. The webinar starts right now. In order for you to start growing, you need to understand where to grow and from what point. You should identify your point A, where you are now, and point B, where you aspire to be. In order to determine point A, we need to analyze personal finances, namely income, expenditure, savings, credit. I highly discourage taking out loans unless they are for business development. In order to determine point B, you should set financial goals, such as achieving financial independence, buying a property, saving a certain amount of money. Goals can be different because you and I are all different. There are many ways to achieve personal financial goals, from monetizing a hobby, selling your products or offering services, to setting up a savings plan. Setting personal financial goals is the first step to proper planning of expenditures, income, savings, and investments. It helps you understand what resources are required to achieve your financial goal. Financial goals are monetary goals that we set for ourselves to better manage our finances, to determine priorities and directions of movement in the financial sector. Without a specific goal, we cannot make our budget, plan our spending, learn how to save and invest properly. It is also quite difficult to manage your finances and accumulate capital, but with proper planning it is possible. We know from research that in most cases it is setting the right goals that contributes to success. So, different people will have different financial goals depending on their individual factors such as age, marital status, education, profession, place of residence, etc., as well as each person's personal preferences, interests, and values. For example, one person wants to set aside $1,000 each month. Another one, to raise equity capital to $1 million. There are various strategies for achieving financial goals, but the most common methods include reducing expenses and increasing active and passive income. Consider how to set personal financial goals with your interests and preferences in mind. That's a very interesting question. There is one simple and widely known technique called SMART: specificity, measurability, attainability, relevance, realism, time-bound. Personal financial goals should be specific and measurable. There's no need for abstractions. The goal of setting aside $100 a month is quite specific and allows to measure results, whereas saving a little money is too abstract task. How much would you set aside per month? Write in the chat room. Okay, I see. Well done, remember these numbers. In addition, goals should be achievable and imply specific actions to achieve them. For example, reducing monthly expenses to 50% of your salary will require certain actions, whereas the goal, I want to get rich, implies no specifics. In addition, the goals should be realistic and enforceable within a set time frame. In particular, you can categorize your goals into short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Goals should be regularly reviewed and adjusted according to changes in your life and financial situation. Short-term goals can be achieved within a few months or 1 year. Medium-term goals, for example, paying off debts or saving for a child's education, buying a car or property, within a year to 5 years. It takes 5 or more years to achieve long-term goals. For example, closing the entire real estate transaction, not just the first mortgage payment. Why do you think we need to set specific deadlines for financial goals? Most people think, right, if the goal is truly yours, that is, chosen based on your personal interests, and you want to achieve it, then a limited time frame will only motivate you to get what you want faster. In addition, under time constraints, people often find unconventional and effective solutions. Also, if you have several financial goals, you need to plan carefully and prioritize clearly. Before we move on to achievement strategies, let's define your points A and B. You can record now all the information that goes on the air, and after the end of the workshop, you can put it in order. In order to determine point A, you need to analyze your personal finances. In order to determine point B, you need to set your financial goals. Point A is an analysis of income and expenses. We will record the data in a table like this. The purple fields are filled in manually, and the white fields are filled in automatically based on the data you enter. Open your tables, we sent them in advance, or download them using this QR code if you didn't get them. You will need to calculate your income and expenses and enter them into the appropriate fields in the table. Please do it. Income is divided into regular and not regular. Regular: salary, scholarship, subsidies, allowances; fixed income from investment, dividends, interest on deposits, interest from affiliate program; other, renting out accommodation, alimony, etc. Non-regular: bonuses, unpredictable income from investments, crypto, venture capital market; major gifts, income from trading operations in trading, etc. Expenses are also regular and non-regular. Regular: food, accommodation, medicine, loans, mortgages, television streaming, internet, mobile communications; transport, health and real estate insurance, insurance premiums, and more. Non-regular, purchase of real estate, car. Large purchases, jewelry, clothes, interior items, household appliances. Spending on travel and holidays, if not planned. Traveling by taxi, unplanned purchases, and other. Now record your averages for each source of income and each category of spending. Unless you set goals for yourself, the right people will not be drawn to you, and the right events will not happen in your life. It's the law, and I've checked it hundreds of times in my life. Now let's move on to point B. Point B is your goal, written according to the SMART methodology: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. For example, you want to earn $10,000 passively by the 1st of January 2025 through investments in medium-risk assets and large investor deals. Agree a goal. Right now, you don't have to specify your financial goal, plus they can be multiple and from different categories. Now we will tell you how to calculate everything. And after the workshop, you will do this task. What could be the goals at all? For example, you don't like your old car anymore, and you want to buy a new one for $50,000. Most importantly, remember that your goals should inspire you. They should motivate you. So the goal information you need to enter at the top of this table. The purple fields are filled in manually. The white fields are filled in automatically. Your plan will be generated automatically at the bottom of the table. Look at how long it will take you to achieve your goal at your current income and expenditure. If you're not happy with the deadline for your goal, and there may even be more than one, we're now going to tell you what you need to do and how not to demotivate yourself. There are two main ways to achieve financial goals: reducing expenses and increasing income. How can you reduce expenses? First, you should track them. Before you reduce expenses, you should understand what you are spending your money on. Try to track your habits throughout the month and write down all your expenses. Next, make a budget. Set a limit on your spending to better manage your finances, change your habits, and reduce unnecessary spending. Of course, you don't need to cut everything down to zero. Leave room in your budget for little dopamine joys. Go to restaurant, drink coffee, travel. Live within your means. Try to spend less than you earn. Do not take out loans for purchases unless it is an investment tool. For example, mortgage and renting at the same time. Stick to a budget to avoid overspending. Also, don't allow yourself to make impulse purchases. Even if you really want to buy an item, wait at least 24 hours to see if you really need it. Ask yourself at least 10 times the question "why" to the phrase "I'm buying." You will probably realize whether you need this purchase or not. Another tip on how to live within your means: replace the not yet feasible with a more reasonable alternative. Instead of going to the Maldives, aim to visit a local ski resort or holiday resort or hotel. You can have fun either way. Let me tell you a secret. As you grow in your income, you will have less pleasure from some cool hotel because it will become a habit. Live within your means, but dream bigger. Try to gradually increase your standard. As your income increases, your living within your means will also change, and you will adjust your personal financial plan. Set aside money regularly. Set aside a certain part of your income every month. For example, at least 10% of your salary. Or better still, more. Now let's see how you can increase your income. Interest-bearing deposit. Increase your capital by putting money in a savings account with interest. Con. The interest is likely to be lower than inflation. Don't forget about the compound interest. The table shows how many years it would take to double the deposit. It depends on the rate of return. Part-time job. If you can combine part-time job with your main occupation, this is a great option for earning extra income. Try to learn more about the skills that are really valuable today, or even start your own small business. If you have a hobby, think about how you can monetize it. Surely you can provide some value to those around you. What other part-time job could there be? This is affiliate program work. And in the future, it may become your core business, which is what has happened to many of our partners. Passive income. This method allows to earn money without having to work actively. Typically, this type of income includes investments in cryptocurrency, shares or bonds, as well as royalties from intellectual property, rental income, and investment loans against other people's businesses. But it's not that simple. Sometimes you can burn your fingers and fall across scammers. How does the length of time to reach the goal vary with income? Suppose your goal is to buy a car for $50,000. With an income of $1,000 and expenses of $700, it would take 8 years. With an income of $2,100 and expenses of $700, it would only take 3 years. Yesterday, we talked about different ways of investing: art, shares, precious metals, mutual funds, bonds, currencies, index funds, venture capital projects, real estate, cryptocurrency, insurance, all of which are also great for increasing your income. Depending on your preferences, current needs and priorities, choose the most appropriate way to achieve your financial goals. Some strategies can also be combined with each other or applied independently. For example, regardless of the approach you choose, remember that you should not rush to take advantage of every risky financial opportunity, cryptocurrency or other instruments, that comes your way. Hasty actions based on the principle, the greater the risk, the higher the return, may result in reverse results and reduce the chances of achieving your goals. I have made the same mistakes too. Try one way to start with and be sure to get training in the direction of your chosen income source, or find a mentor or guide. For example, our role, Professional Sky World Community Agent, fits these criteria. We also have a training system, a whole educational module, and even mentoring from the best specialists who have already achieved high results. Yesterday, we already told you a bit about Professional Sky World Community. Professional SWC Agent is a venture capitalist who recognizes their role, has a deep understanding of the product, and is able to communicate with the big people of this world. And this role will be one of the leading roles in our company and community development. Professional SWC Agent. They are ethical, observe the principles of teamwork, and are focused on the overall result, not just their own. Zero for them, every client is a potential big client. Every client is a rough diamond that needs to be treated with respect, inclusion, and interest. This role will allow both you and the company to grow stronger financially. You'll be able to help the company and the project grow further, bringing the common good to the whole world. Because we do quite global things, you will make new acquaintances and form an environment that can bring you benefits and pleasant bonuses in the future. We have already talked about the fact that the environment is 50% of success. Sky World Community's mission is to make at least 10% of the world's population financially free and independent. From 1% of venture capitalists, we will make 10%. It's a long road, but you can join us right now. While helping the company, you will develop and grow yourself, not only professionally, but of course in income and environment. Thanks to the Professional Sky World Community Agent workshop course, you will receive a leading role in the development of a community of venture entrepreneurs, enthusiasts, and the opportunity to reach a new level of income. This course is for you if you want to secure an important role for yourself in the company, want to grow in income, are a partner of SWC, and want to learn how to attract big clients. Not yet a partner, but want to become one and take a serious role in the company. Want to achieve new income together with the company. Know how to sell, but don't know what to sell, and want a good product for it. What results will you get after the training? You will be provided with a step-by-step methodology on how to collaborate with potential big investors, successfully attract investment, and grow your social capital. You will be able to take an active role in major transactions. Your revenues will increase due to agency fees from large transactions. You will plunge into the company of outstanding personalities, which will inspire you to new achievements. Your skills in premium sales will become stronger and will continue to evolve, opening up new prospects for success. Global trends are changing all the time. First, there was the internet boom, and everyone was looking to fill that niche. Also, do not forget the property boom. For example, real estate agents appeared in the Arab Emirates once, and this area is not losing popularity even now. Then, the cryptocurrency boom. Many experts and influencers have emerged, but I can definitely say that we need to stay ahead of the trends. We believe that in the near future, the profession of a professional SkyWorld community agent will be extremely necessary in the world of in-demand venture technologies, as there will be more and more projects. Therefore, we suggest that you enter the train before it has started its movement in order to comfortably settle down and not jump into the last car. And most importantly, you will get a clear and step-by-step algorithm for attracting big investors and working with them. You will be able to close large deals and earn your percentage from it. Your minimum income from the transaction will be several $1,000s or several tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the attracted investment, and the upper threshold is not limited. It will depend only on you and your contribution to the transaction. And there's nothing wrong with starting with smaller amounts. But as the project develops and as commercial projects around the world start to develop in the form of real implementation of the technology that we are developing, the average check will spike from $1,500 to 20 times when everything will be as obvious as possible in reality. Many will be looking for this opportunity, and you, as a professional SkyWorld community agent, can provide this opportunity for others. You will have one of the leading roles in the development of SkyWorld community, and you will have the opportunity to reach new levels of income. You can see the start of the program and the duration of the training on this slide. This course gives a unique opportunity to get the proprietary methodology of work with big investors from SkyWorld community mentors. All of the skills we will be covering in this course will help you achieve specific results, namely, build a strong environment, reach a new financial level of your income, participate in a global project on a global scale, remove restrictions, square your shoulders, and break through the financial ceiling once and for all. Would you like to get such unique training? Write in the chat room. Great. Thank you for your interest and trust. We will tell you later how to join the training. Now let's add some interactivity to our workshop. What are we going to do? You have initial data, 2 case study questions on the topic of investing, different answer options. Explanations for each answer option are provided. Let's assume that the initial data is a description of your game character, some kind of avatar, who now should make a few decisions. Situations are things that will happen to you, your character. Try to immerse yourself in this game as much as possible. Imagine yourself in the situations we will describe for you right now. This game will help you determine what type of investing is more preferable for you and help you pick the investment tool that suits your personality. There are 3 main types of investors: conservative, moderate, and aggressive. Each of them has their own characteristics and approaches to investing. And now, in the format of a situational game, you and I will determine what type of investor you belong to. Let's get down to our game. Ready? Great, the spirit is good. Then let's start the game. Your initial data. At this point, you don't have any savings, but you earn $4,000 a month, of which you have decided to save $1,000. Situation 1. How much do you save, and where do you keep your savings? Choose the option that is right for you. Option 1. I will put all my money in a savings account. Option 2. I'll put $500 in an account and $500 in shares of reliable companies. Option 3. I'll transfer $800 into cryptocurrency and $200 into highly volatile shares. Think what you would do and write the appropriate number in the chat room. Interesting dispersion. Let's get to the explanation. If you chose option 1, I will put all my money in a savings account, you are a conservative investor. You prefer to keep your capital in a stable and reliable financial instrument that provides guaranteed preservation of funds, which is why you will choose to keep all your funds in a savings account. If you chose option 2, I will put $500 in an account and $500 in shares. Then you are a moderate investor. You make a choice in favor of diversity and a balance between stability and growth potential. So to ensure security and liquidity, you put part of the funds in a savings account and invest the other part in shares of reliable companies to make a profit. And option 3, I'll transfer $800 into cryptocurrency and $200 into shares of highly volatile companies. You are an aggressive investor. You prefer high risks in the hope of high returns. You see cryptocurrency as one of the most dynamic and promising instruments, see it as an opportunity for capital growth, and are willing to take risks to capitalize on this potential. That was a simple example. Let's complicate our game. Situation 2. By saving $1,000 at a time, you have already saved $100,000 and are now faced with the choice of how to invest it. The property market is booming and housing prices are rising rapidly. What will you do? Choose the option that is right for you. First, I will decide to diversify my investment portfolio by investing some funds in real estate and some in other financial instruments. Second, I'm going to invest all $100,000 in a property in the suburbs before prices rise even higher. Third, I'll decide to purchase a property with a mortgage within $80,000 as my primary way of investing because this decision is stable and reliable. And I'll keep $20,000 as a rainy day fund. Interesting. Let's get down to explanation. If you have chosen option 1, I will decide to diversify my investment portfolio. You are a moderate investor. Thus, you decide to spread the amount over different investment instruments, which allows you to balance potential risks and diversify your portfolio for a more stable income in the long term. If you chose option 2, I'll invest all $100,000 in property immediately. You are an aggressive investor. You see the current boom in the property market as an opportunity for significant capital growth and act quickly to make the most of the opportunity. And if you chose option 3, $80,000 for property and $20,000 as a rainy day fund, you are a conservative investor. This choice reflects your desire to minimize risk while maintaining the potential for returns. Buying a property will provide a steady income, and the rainy day fund will protect against any unexpected expenses. Let's keep playing. Real estate market. You have purchased 2 flats in a promising neighborhood. However, suddenly there is a downturn in the property market due to changes in legislation restricting rental rates. What will you do? Choose the option that is right for you. First, I will put 1 flat up for sale and rent out the other one at a lower rate to keep the income flow. Second, I will sell both flats to invest the proceeds in more promising instruments with high profitability. Third, I will not take any action as I understand that the market is cyclical and there will be a wave of growth after a wave of decline. Great. Well done, everyone. Let's get down to explanation. If you have chosen the first option, I'll put 1 flat up for sale and rent out the other at a lower rate to keep the income stream going, then you are a moderate investor. You would prefer to keep part of the funds in the property to ensure the risks and receive constant income from tenants, and the other part of the funds from the sale of one of the flats will be redirected to other financial instruments that promise a higher rate of return. Thus, you will again prefer to diversify your investments. If you chose the second option, I will sell both flats to invest in more profitable instruments. Then you are an aggressive investor. Low returns are not for you. And if the property market is falling, it's time to say goodbye to it and invest in those instruments that right now show the best returns in the world of investments, because the main goal is to get the maximum profit from your investment, even with high risk. And those who have chosen option 3 I will take no action, are conservative investors. You understand that fluctuations in the market are temporary. You remember that the main goal is to save your existing funds and perhaps make some extra profit in the long run. You won't take any action because it's a risk that's not right for you. We've dealt with 3 situations and we'll send you 3 more as a bonus with detailed explanations. And after the workshop, you will be able to follow this game through to the end on your own. Well, the games are over. Let's move on to explanations of each type of investor and what income options are suitable for them. Conservative investor. They prefer minimum risks and 100% safety of capital. This type of investor is more likely to put money into a savings account or buy bonds. This is the same person who will always take an umbrella with them if it's cloudy outside. Moderate investor. This is someone who is willing to go on a little adventure, but with a margin of safety. They can invest some of the money in stable assets and another part in stocks or shares of venture capital business. After all, they understand that sometimes in order to win, you need to take risks, but it's always better to have a backup plan. Aggressive investor. This is a true adventurer in the world of investing. They may invest all their funds in cryptocurrency or startup stocks if they see potential in them. If there's even a 50% chance of going bust, they will do it anyway, because there's exactly the same chance of success. Different types of income options are suited to different types of investors. For conservative investor, government bonds, savings accounts, work with big investors. These are stable assets with low yields. For moderate investor, own business, shares, real estate, work with big investors. There is a balance between risk and return. And for the aggressive one, trading, new technologies, startups, work with big investors. It's high yield and high risk. Write in the chat which type of investor is closer to you. But working with big investors is a universal option for all types because it's zero risk of losing your money. The most you'll lose is time spent on a big deal. Very high profitability at closing of the deal. You are trained only once, thereafter it is practice only. Having a clear and structured training program without additional searching and gathering of new information. Help and advice from more experienced colleagues. We have already jointly laid down the idea of further growth. Analyze the mindset of a millionaire. Acquired the skills needed to reach the next level. Define the role of a venture entrepreneur. Set financial goals. Determine the vector of financial growth. What to do next? Next, you need to see the opportunities for your growth. It will be much more effective for you not to simply grow within an abstract desire to become a venture entrepreneur, but to grow in a focused way within a specific offering.